Hey, one reason why PCs are better than Macs. This is a 2009 model compact, whatever it is. Pulling up the system information on it shows that the BIOS date is sort of midway through 2009. The equivalent Mac for this is the Intel-based MacBooks with the white plastic chassis, aka these things. Now, these MacBooks have been completely disowned by Apple to a point where these are old enough now that Apple don't want you to even want to put, say, El Capitan on them. They'll run 10.9, maybe 10.10. But anything higher than that, it's just not happening, apparently, because they're too old. The BIOSes don't support it because EFI and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, this laptop here, it's a dirty old compact. Nothing flash. She's running a Pentium dual-core processor. She's in the Core 2 era of things. So it's running a 945 chipset. Let's see if we can pull that up just real quick, just to show you. So if I go into properties on here, now this is now installed with Windows 10 on a T3400 chip, which is, for all intents and purposes, an archaic device. But, you know, even with its factory original 500 gig hard drive, which it's running on now, so it's not terribly flash, it does have 64-bit support, as seen here. It's got 4 gig of RAM, which is using all of it. Windows 10's running on it 100% natively. It is activated. This is a 945 chipset. It doesn't show the correct... well, it is actually correct, but it doesn't show the full length of the naming for this. But this is a 945 chipset. Which I think if I go into system devices may potentially show us some information, but maybe not, because I think Windows 10 is hiding all this. But yeah, it's a 945 chipset, so it's it's right at that point where it goes from not supporting 10 to is supporting 10. It does work. It plays, in this case, YouTube music. Seems to work quite okay. The CPU is starting to get a little, you know, the CPU is getting a little used here, but not too bad playing video, even with an ad. It's not doing too bad, actually. And yet, you know, this is a 9-year-old device running Windows 10. Current version, by the way. In fact, if I do WinVer, it will show that it is running 1809. So the right up to the point current release of Windows 10, and it is doing it quite well. I mean, the CPU does peg a little bit, which is to be expected. It's an archaic device, but you know, 9 years later, and it's still 100% supported by Windows. The equivalent version in a Mac is completely friggin' useless, unless you can put Windows on it. But, you know, that's typical Apple. You buy an Apple for its experience, and then they go, oh, 3 years later, now you can jam up your ass. Go and get another computer. It's like, nah, put Windows on it. They run quite happy on it. They're running Intel processors, so why the hell not? All you need is a Windows 10 stick and a product key for a Windows 7 install or something like that, and it'll activate without any issues. So, you know, all fun and games. But, yeah, no, in this instance, Windows wins. The funny thing is, this computer here is probably worth about $10 on eBay. Yeah, even to this point in time, it's 100% supported, 100% security safe. And it works, you know. Oh, by the way, Vegemite, Australian Mart. But yeah, no, You put an SSD in this thing, and yeah, it's still currently a perfectly working machine outside of the battery because the battery's cactus, but you know it does work.